Shalom, 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 shalom. Go ahead and start in this scripture first. Alright, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I want to start off and give all honors and praises to YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, Rekal Kadash, Barakatah YAHAWAH, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Barakatah YAHAWAH, Barakatah YAHAWASHI, Kal Halayim, YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, Rekal Kadash, Barakatham. Alright? I want to give another double honor to my apostles and elders and GreatMillstone who have taught me this truth and who rule well. Enough respected salutations, peace and blessings out there to you sincere and hopeful elect across the four winds. This is your fellow servant Malachiah, coming from the GMS Tampa Bay camp. And I want to get into a lesson today concerning the times that we're in. Here's a short video that I want to get ready to play, but the times we're getting ready to come into is we're already in those times, all right? So these times is coming to the point to where we already seeing Babylon is falling, all right? We've already seen it, all right? We've seen it spiritually. We already seen it years ago. We just was waiting for the right time in order for it to happen, all right? You're starting to see these riots, all right? These people, they're looting, all right? Now you got Trump. He's threatened the people, saying he's about to I believe it was a quote that he had quoted, said when they start looting, that's when we start shooting. All right, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so this is where we're gonna get ready to see Trump. His horns. We about to see this devil. All right, his horns about to be shown. All right, Jake is about to see what and they about to see. So like they about to see and understand the times that they're in. But at that time, it's going to be too late. As the scripture just said in Psalms 82 and 5. All right? They didn't know and they didn't understand. But now when all these things come upon them, they will understand. All right? So here's a short little video.
That's a tweet. I think we need to deal with it. He tweeted just a short time ago, and I want to read the whole thing. He says, I can't stand back and watch this happen to a great American city, Minneapolis, a total lack of leadership. And then he makes it political. Either the very weak radical left mayor, Jacob Frey, gets together and brings the city under control, or I will send in the National Guard and get the job done right. As we've already said, the National Guard has already been ordered in and not by the president. This is interesting too, part two. These thugs, that is a loaded word in the United States, are dishonouring the memory of George Floyd, and I won't let that happen. Just spoke to Governor Tim Walz, told him the military is with him. Any difficulty, we will assume control. And then again, an extraordinary line, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. The President of the United States. Brian, your thoughts?
The President is referring to something that Miami's police chief said in 1968 when there were a protest at an RNC convention. He said, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. That was a threat back then, a statement about getting tough back in 1968, and it is a vile threat tonight. Let us hope that cooler heads prevail, that the president's aides intervene, that he's just acting tough on Twitter like he oftentimes does, and that nothing more will come of it. But if you wondered what the president was going to do in this case, if you wondered if he would show leadership in a volatile moment like this, I think we now have the answer, Michael. We're going to see the president resort to his typical techniques of sowing this kind of chaos and division, as you mentioned, using the word thugs, calling out these protesters. And by the way, the president's been late on this situation all week long, late to react to the video of what happened in Minneapolis, late to react to the protests and the unrest. We are far past the point where the president should be weighing in for the first time on these matters.
Clearly showing you that these devils do not care. All right? Especially Trump, he doesn't care. All right? He has to put on his platform that shows that that he cares. But hey, really in all, you can see that Trump, he doesn't care. All right, he's ready for the military to be to come in. All right, and to mow down Jake. All right, these times we're getting ready to come into, Jake is about to get mowed down. All right, because the police force, the local police force, the regular PD, they cannot even handle Jake out there. All right, so the National Guard and the military is getting ready to come out here, man. All right. So here's a word I looked up. Just looked up the regular definition and the word understand. All right, because this is what mostly this lesson is tying into. All right, to understand, and when you understand, you have to understand the ways of YAHAWASHI. All right. So here it is. The word understand. It's a verb. It says to perceive the intended meaning of words, a language, or a speaker. And the second one is to interpret or view something in a particular way. All right. So you have to understand. All right. This is the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of the scriptures. All right. When you go into the history, all right, linking up the prophecies, knowing who Israel is, knowing who Esau Edom is, all right, so on and so forth. All right, getting some of the milk of the scriptures, getting from the milk of the scriptures going into the meat of the scriptures. All right, you're gonna have to understand at a certain point what is going on. All right, you can have a whole bunch of knowledge, but if you don't have the wisdom, all right, to perceive and to understand, how can you perceive the intended meaning of what the speaker is saying? All right, the speaker is YAHAWASHI. All right, through the scriptures. All right, the Spirit is what's gonna guide us. His Spirit is gonna guide us to understand what He's saying. All right, this is where you go into the book of Amos. It says He revealed His secrets unto His servants, the prophets. All right, not everyone else is gonna understand the book. All right, they're not going to understand the scriptures. All right, so this is why you see the men of the Lord. All right, they've been built up on the level to have the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding of the knowledge of the Most High. All right, so here it is an example. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 1. It reads, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. All right. So when you're measuring the time, what are you measuring? You're measuring the prophecies. All right. As you're reading the book of Revelations 19 and 10, I believe it says that the spirit of let's get that before I just mess it up. Here it is. Revelations 19 and 10. All right, because when you know these scriptures, you have to be able to go in and to understand, to break them down. All right, this is the book of Revelations 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of YAHAWASHI. All right, so this whole book, from the book of Genesis to the end of Revelations. All right, this is the testimony of YAHAWASHI. All right, it says, Worship the Most High, for the testimony of YAHAWASHI is the spirit of prophecy. All right, like I said earlier, this is how you're going to measure the time diligently, by the prophecies. All right, so it reads on at the top. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand. All right? Because right now you're reading, you're going to the scriptures. All right? You're seeing. All right? You have an understanding. But when all these things come to pass, these signs, such as you see the people looting and rioting, all right? You see the food shortages, many different things, all right, that's going on right now due to prophecy, all right? This is what the Lord said you're going to understand at that time, all right? Verse 2, it says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, we've been seeing uproars of the people in the world these past couple years, all right? And it's getting elevated each year until now it's to the point that it's right here, all right, in Babylon the Great. This is where the greatest destruction is about to happen. When you start to see uproars of the people here, especially in Babylon the Great, it's letting you know this place is getting ready to come down very soon and very shortly. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand. The Lord saying you're going to well understand, all right? It says that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee. Going back into the prophets, going back to what YAHAWASHI was saying, he was already letting us know, all right, that these times will have to come. You read the book of Matthew 24. He's telling you, he was prophesying, telling what was getting ready to happen at the time of the point of 70 AD and the time of right now that we're in. All right, this end of this world is closing down. All right, it says that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, from the book of Genesis to the book of Revelations, and the end is manifest. This is the end times that we're in. This is the times that we have to understand. All right. So let's jump to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. Let's start at verse 35. It says, hear now these things, all right? The things that are inside these scriptures, the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, and understand them, ye servants of the Lord, all right? So the Lord is talking to the elect, all right? Verse 36, behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. All right. So when these prophecies start to happen, they're not being slack. Since the beginning of, at the end of 2019, December, well, say around November, December. All right. That's when we start to see a little bit of the early persecution of the Israelites. You start to go into the first month, second month, third month of the New Year's. And each month, each week, something new has been happening. All right, you got from the shooting of the Soleimani, one of the was it Iranians. All right, now you got this COVID-19. Now you got the food shortages. All right, it's so many things coming back to back. You got the uproars of the people right now. All right, you got Jake being roused up. These things are not being slack for a moment at all. Verse 39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. All right, so nobody's going to be safe. Don't matter. You can be in China, you can be in Babylon the Great, United States, so-called. All right, you can be in the Caribbean, the islands. Everyone is suffering right now. Things is getting shut down. People are out of work. All right, you got the food shortages. All right, the economy, the world is going down into shambles. Verse 40, it says, O my people, hear my word. He's talking to the elect right here. It says, make you ready to thy battle. All right? This is getting ready to be a battle, man. All right? You got to fight against one realm and another realm. All right? Your mind, you have to get your mind and your spirit ready. The Lord is saying, make you ready to the battle. And in those evils, be as pilgrims upon the earth. All right? Because the scripture says, sorrows and people mourning, everything is going to come on every side. So you're not going to be able to just sit there and sit in your house and just wait. No, you're going to have to always be on the move. All right? Because great sedition, people holding their own power into their own hands, all that is getting ready to come upon this earth. All right? So let's jump into the book of Proverbs 2, and we're going to close out here. All right? Going back into understanding. All right? Perceiving the words, the prophecies, the things that are inside these scriptures. All right? The things that help build up your faith. Well understand the times that you're in. All right? This is the book of Proverbs 2, starting at verse 1. It reads, my son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thy ear unto wisdom and apply thine heart to understanding, yea, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hid treasures. All right? So when you come into these scriptures, you gotta seek the knowledge and the wisdom, all right, as if you're searching or you're seeking for this woman or this or these silvers, all right, something that is so tangible that you have to have, all right. If you seek it for this wisdom and this knowledge and this understanding, as for some hidden treasure, the jackpot, verse 5, then shalt thou understand. There we go again. You're going to perceive. Let's get back. Let's get that. You're going to perceive the intended meaning of the words, the language, and what the speaker is saying. All right? You're going to understand. All right? It says, then shalt thou understand the fear of YAHAWAH and find the knowledge of the Most High. For YAHAWAH giveth wisdom. Out of his mouth cometh knowledge and wisdom. And that's when you're in the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. He's going to reveal all these things unto you. All right? So that you can be able to measure the times diligently. All right? So you can be able to see everything that is going on. All right? You're not going to be out here like Jake, the 2/3. They're all out here in darkness. All right? The whole foundations of this world is all turned upside down. All right, they're in darkness. They don't know. All right, you can read that in Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. All right, their hearts is made fat. They cannot perceive this knowledge and this true knowledge and wisdom and understanding. All right. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto you, Akim and Akwathium. All right. So I want to give another double honors to my apostles and elders in GreatMillstone. All right, enough respect and citations, peace and blessings out there to you, sincere and hopeful elect. This is the brother Malachi. Shalom.